Alright, 2BCR team, we are finally back, and it's time for us to continue our F1 Manager 2024 playthrough with 2BC Racing. And what a year and a half it's been, right? We have established ourselves as a true Formula 1 team, taking ourselves from the back of the pack to now the middle of the pack, battling for the points. We've had some real lows with the likes of Zane Maloney. We've had some great highs with our two drivers now, Daniel Ricciardo and Theo Pourchaire, and I really hoped that we were going to take it to the constructors and Red Bull and Max Verstappen in year number 2, but after 4 races, it's clear we have capped off for this season. It would take us a lot more money, a lot more time to build up a true contender for this season, but by the time we get that done, we're going to be halfway through. Catching the Red Bull in year number 2 is just not going to happen, and you know what? That responsibility falls on me. I made a major mistake, a glaring mistake in our car development for year number 2. I prioritized tire preservation, which is a fantastic attribute to have for your car, but I completely negated dirty air tolerance. Now in this game, for anyone who doesn't know, dirty air tolerance affects the temperature of your engine, your gearbox, and yes, your tires. So what good is it having tire preservation if my tires are always overheating? And that's what we've been experiencing here in year number 2. Battling for a top 5 finish, battling for the points, but I overheat everything when I'm following these guys, and I just lose that advantage. So when you look at our car, imagine our tire preservation is just somewhere middle of the field. It's like those two attributes, dirty air tolerance and tire preservation, cancel each other out, and I'm already 2 or 3 generations into the car parts. So trying to salvage this season doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm going to spend a lot of money, and we're only going to get at best top 4, top 3. I'm not going to win the constructors. So with the research period opening up a week from now, it's clear what this year's goal should be. My board only wants us to get 5th or better. That means I got to beat a Mercedes or a Ferrari. I can do that. Keep the board happy, and as the research period opens up, just go for research, all for year 3's car. Try to make sure that we still get 5th with our current generation of parts. If I need to get 1 or 2 more parts just to get us over the hump, I can do it. But if I start researching right now, we can get the rocket ship that 2BCR fans have desperately wanted. And you know what? Since I took a couple of months off from this series, we gotta finish strong. I want a race win. So, ladies and gentlemen, cue the year 2 montage, and let's start building this car.
Team principal Superbman would start his rebuild by signing 3 affiliates to help with car development. At 17 years of age, the knowledge and expertise from these 3 geniuses should prove invaluable. 2BCR would then make the critical decision to extend all the expiring contracts on the team.
Even with the car that we have, we're still finishing ahead of the Ferrari and Mercedes, and we have our first ATR period, which means I get to put the ATR time into research rather than development. Oh my god, that is insane. From 22nd up to 3rd for Max Verstappen.
Superbman would get a lucky break from his YouTube and Twitch investors.
Oh my god, this could be huge. Design center improvement, so I can increase my project capacity, my engineer capacity. I can research 6 projects at once now, and all it's going to cost me is $1 million. We are going all in for next season. Alright, 2BCR, so we have just finished the 10th race of the year. I wanted to give you guys a quick update. Things are looking great. At the end of the day, all we have to do is maintain 5th. Now, Ferrari might end up catching us because we're not putting any more development into this year's car, but I don't think Mercedes is, because even with Ferrari ahead of them, that's 8 positions, with 2 Red Bull, 2 McLaren, 2 Aston Martin, 2 Ferrari ahead of Mercedes, only giving them 2 more spots to score some points, and that's not even a lot of points for 10th and 9th. So I think I could actually just use whatever car parts I have, maybe even some earlier generations, to really save more money and pour all of that money into research, right? So we are in another ATR period, and instead of using the ATR to help develop a car part, I think 5th place should be locked up. We're going to use the ATR for research, all right? And I want to make sure that everything's taken care of. Last year, we did suspension and tire preservation. This year, I want to make sure that the engine cooling, you know what, that's something that I might want to do, engine cooling, because we might whip out the Red Bull engine next year. Why not? It's not as reliable, but look what Max Verstappen's doing at the top. So to do that, we could do side pods and put the engine cooling up there. But you know what? I got to do my due diligence. It hurt us this year. I'm not having that happen again. We're going to go to front wing. We're going to put all of the ATR hours in there, all right? I have like 6 ATR periods, and I'm using them all for research, so I can give 1 per car part, and we're going to go with the front wing and not tire preservation. Where is it? Airflow sensitivity. Each car part has attributes specific for like all these individual stats, and the best thing that you can do for airflow sensitivity, I believe, is the front wing and the underfloor. So we are going to take care of that right now. 18.45%. Come on, baby. Lock that sucker in. And again, because of my affiliates, I'm getting these things done a lot quicker. So front wing, get it done, right? Research for the chassis. I'm not looking to get specific with anything. I just want it all done. I'll get specific towards the end. There's the chassis taken care of. The rear wing as well. And the rear wing is the one that's being overhauled big time next year. So we want to keep up on that. But with our design center improvement, look at this. I can literally just upgrade every single one of our 6 car parts at the same time. This is so good. But I'm pouring all of my money into research. No for manufacturing, no for development, but I think we should be good for 5th place. So that's essentially what this season's going to be. ATR period, I'll get specific, but then everything else, we're just going to load it up. Hopefully this design center gives me 1 more round of upgrades. Come on.
That's how we do it.
We are at past half season. We got the long break between Belgium and Zandvoort, and things are looking pretty good. We keep on finishing ahead of the Mercedes. We have 143 points. We're still ahead of the Ferrari. Although I think Ferrari is going to pass us, we're still going to be in 5th. So basically, I have been able to avoid developing any new cars, just going after research and trying to utilize our 2nd generation chassis and our 3rd generation wings, right? I could still get a 3rd generation side pod, underfloor suspension and chassis, but like I said, that's wasting more money. But I want to show you guys something. If I take a look at the car, you go to the right side, that's essentially what our car looks like now. Every other team has still been developing this season, so our performance is 15th. It's our tire preservation that is really helping us in this simulation. So even though it wasn't great for us when we were racing, for the simulation, it's really keeping me in this. So if I can just get another 10 races, stay in 5th, and put all the money till next year, we might have that championship car for next season. So come on, let's go. Oh, thank God. What a huge race in Monza. I slapped on our new engine, brand new engine, straight line speed in Monza, and we got ourselves a boatload of points, and I don't see Mercedes, nothing. So what does that do for the constructors? Oh, yeah. So we got passed by Ferrari. I mean, Lewis Hamilton was just on podium, so be it. But as long as we're staying ahead of the Mercedes, man, almost 100 points ahead, I might be able to, oh, man, I can save a lot of money. There it is. 5 in a row. Congratulations, Max Verstappen. Unbeatable, man. All right, 2BCR, we have 6 races to go. Up next is Austin, and the reason I want to show you this is we are still currently in 5th. Ferrari has passed us by. Mercedes, they're not too far behind us. If they get like a big podium or a top 5 finish, maybe. The problem is that the car that we're putting out there, look at it on the right, 21st. Our tire preservation is still good, but the reason why this is happening, I'm no longer using my Generation 2s. I'm not manufacturing anymore, so I'm going back to the first car parts that we had at the beginning of the year. Because these, I mean, right here, if I want to manufacture a few of them, how much is that? $500,000. I can save that money and put it into next year's car, put it into my facilities, my HQ. So with 6 races to go, can we stay ahead of the Mercedes with this crap box that we're driving around the tracks now? Oh no. Yeah, so look at that. Even with our crap box that we're driving around, Mercedes only got 2 points. Williams got 10. So I think with only a few races to go, 4 more, I think we should be good. Way to go, Valtteri Bottas. Back on the freaking, back on the top of the podium. Beautiful. Oh my God, this isn't good. Alonso got a podium. Not this late. Don't do this to me, game. Oh. So Fernando Alonso with a big time 3rd place, 15 points. There's only 2 races left on the year. We're at 169. They're at 109. There's no way. There's no way. Let's go, Bottas. He did it again. Max is just giving up on the year. He's like, I got 5. I don't need to try anymore. And with 1 race to go, the Mercedes, they only get an 8th and a 9th, which means in the constructors, unless they get like a 1st and 2nd, I don't even think they can do it then. We got 5th, locked up, and we saved a boatload of money. Damn, Bottas, what an end to the season. I wonder what Aston Martin's going to look like next year as well. Not even Max Verstappen up there. Well, he got the drivers. Red Bull got the constructors, and year number 2 comes to an end. Great job, everybody. 5th place on the season, ahead of the Mercedes, and next year looking even better. The 2BCR mechanics, they're loving it. Alrighty, 2BCR, we got it done. It took me like 2 hours, but we simulated through year number 2, and my plan, it was absolutely perfect. We saved so much money. We got the board very happy by finishing 5th place. Hang on, there it is. 5th or above. Objectives, they are delighted. They're completed. Race performance, you see towards the end, they're a little bit disappointed, but at the end of the day, I got 5th freaking place, baby. So all that hard work at the beginning of the year, you can see how Mercedes was beginning to catch us just a little bit, and look where Ferrari leapfrogged to. So if I continued to put development into this year's car, we could have gotten 300 points, but would we have got to 400? Would we have caught the McLaren? I don't know. It was a 3-horse race out front. The Red Bull, clearly the best car. Aston Martin in number 2, and McLaren. I feel like we were the 4th best car if I stuck with it, but I want to be the top guy. And now that Max has won 5 championships in a row, and Red Bull has won 4 constructors in a row, the big boss battle for next season, boom, it's perfect. All right, so I want to go through this a little bit. I want to have some fun. Drivers, hang on. Max Verstappen, he had 21 podiums. He won 13 races this year, 16 pole positions. My God. And you know what? Pole position, that's something that I'm going for next year. I'm picking up the Red Bull engine. We're going to have an even car. All right, I'll deal with the overheating. I'll deal with all that, but I want the same engine that Max Verstappen has. If we take a look at Daniel Ricciardo, no race wins, no podiums, no DNFs. My drivers were very consistent this year. Appreciate it, guys. But yeah, no pole positions, no race wins, no podiums, no sprint wins. Our best position in 2 years with 2BCR is basically a 4th place. I think we've got that 2 or 3 times. So trying to still get that podium, right? The constructors, we know that belongs to Red Bull. The drivers' championship. Now, cost cap remaining. Look at this. I still have, it's on the right side, I still have $16.8 million. I could have burned through that. I didn't come anywhere close to the cost cap. And if you take a look at the bottom right corner, $35 million. In fact, it's right there in the current balance as well. So this is what I like about this game. You got to take a long-term approach and what your goals are. There was no chance we were going to win the constructors in year number 2, but now set up for year number 3. And I got the money that I can just refurbish all of these facilities. I want to save my money though. I want to make sure that I am producing next year's car immediately, right? And last but not least, I want to take a look at the car, go to research. I actually can't show you guys the research just yet, but I think I have 6 research assignments or projects assigned to each and every single of our car parts. So I just maximized. I don't think you can get more than 6. Maybe you can get 7 or 8 on a single car part, but I spread it out over all 6 car parts. So we are looking real good, ladies and gentlemen, real good. So with that being said, I'll just get you guys caught up. The drivers, Daniel Ricciardo's got 1 year left. Porsche is signed. Peckett and Spini, I definitely extended him earlier on in the year. here. Carenti and Greg and Pallier, they're all coming back, and we have our affiliates that are now going to help us develop the car, right? So 3 guys who are a lot younger, they're only costing like $15K a month, so it's not that much. So we are poised and ready for next season. Now I'm going to take my time on the facility refurbish. I'm going to wait for all this stuff. Yeah, I've already done some of it mid-season as they have trouble, but I'm not going to worry about this. I want to see how much money I got for next year's car, and I also want to see what next year's car looks like, right? So we're all on board here. No more editing, no more montage. Let's keep it live, and we're going to set up the next live stream where we hopefully can win our first Grand Prix. Bahrain, year number 3. I'm hoping for it. But it also might be something where instead of rushing our car for next season, which is what I did this year, put a little bit more time so you can actually have better car parts by the time you get to 3rd generation. You won't have them ready until maybe after Miami, after like the 5th, 6th race of the year, but then for the final 15 races, you'll have a top tier car. So I think that's what we're gonna do. And oh, you know what? I forgot to show you guys. Look at all my affiliates growing. Might as well show you guys the driver attributes, right? So Theo Pourchaire had a real good year of growth. His damn accuracy is up there. Now that's influenced by his mentality right now. I wonder if I just go to scouting drivers and I just sort by this. Yeah, Max Verstappen expired. Oh, that's my scouting information. Expired. Max Verstappen is 92. Piastri is 91. Lando Norris is 90. Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, right? Theo Pourchaire at 22 years of age, a legit 85 overall. So we're going to start to be able to, I think that's why Fernando Alonso's dropping off, right? Mercedes could have had a much better year, but he's not up there. George Russell, we're getting up there. We're getting up there with Theo Pourchaire, and you know what? He's going to be our number 1 driver. Daniel Ricciardo dropping off. That's all right, Daniel. You're Mr. Consistency for me, all right? I need 2 drivers to work together to take it to Max Verstappen next season. So, championship results, staff survey, blah, blah, blah. Let's continue the simulation here. We got some time. I don't think I can get any more research what's it called, projects done. I don't think there'll be enough time. They're going to get done right here, and our aerodynamic, the last aerodynamic period is essentially done. So research complete. Let me just do a double check here to make sure. So if I go to research, right, you can see research projects completed 6. This one's got 1 in, so it's going to be 6. That's going to be 6. 6. So I got 6 across the board. Can I get 7? If I were to put all my mechanics in, no, you can see it on the bottom right, blocked. Won't reach completion date. So you have to have these things done by a certain date. I maximized them all. I got 36 different research projects done. We'll see if the computer was able to keep up with me or not, right? Now, the computers are going to have better facilities, better staff, so they get bonuses, but I'm hoping with the car that we built this year, and then we're going to build upon it with all of the setbacks that all the teams have to deal with. I think it's a major rear wing overhaul, right? So the rear wing went down by 70% and everything else went down by 50%. I'm hoping that we can really bounce back from this. So my, again, let me just double check. If I go to research, yeah, 6 is across the boards, right? Oh, yeah. So all of my strategy, saving money, getting the affiliates to help that out, and just focusing on research. We called an audible this year, and we're going to see if it was the right call. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Disappointed that I didn't go for it in year number 2. It didn't look like it was a possibility, man. And if you're not going for it, what are you doing, right? I want to try to win the constructors. I want to take it to Max. This is the only way it could happen. So our marketability went up. I reached my engagement and race target goals. Awesome. So the board is happy with me. I'm making money. I'm doing everything I need to do. And there's a lot of new updates in this game. You could actually start a brand new season and change the driver lineup yourself, edit the car. It's really fun, right? So they're not making the game anymore for F1 Manager 25, but they gave you the tools to do it yourself. I'm not going to adjust anything. I want to keep the seasons the same way they are, all right? I got some plans for next year, so we're just going to stick with that. Drivers' Championship, Daniel Ricciardo in 10th with 81 points, and look at that, Theo Pourchaire 9th. Yep. He might have just taken the number 1 role from our team. Still need teamwork, but Theo, you might get the benefit of the doubt here. Constructors Championship, we went up. Everything. Final position, 5th place. Awesome. Our team principal rating, I got better. All right, F1. I got probably job offers coming my way, man. Let's go. Yeah, 2 solid seasons for 2BCR. All right, so Let's see, my monthly affiliate development, they're going to get better. Driver development, there you go. Theo Pourchaire's numbers, you can see it. His control, that got up there. His accuracy is up there. He is ready to go. Just got to get the braking and cornering up next, and we're good. All right, so here are the regulation changes for 2026. Introducing bonus point for pole position. So we do need the Red Bull engine. Anyone who gets number 1 in qualifying automatically gets a point. On top of that, the point for the fastest lap, right? And then there's the major technical changes. Everything is minus 50 except for the rear wing, which is minus 70. So, and also the cost cap went down by 5 mil. So I got to be careful of that. I was 16 mil under the cost cap this season, so we got to save our money. I got to do a better job with that. Let's start year number 3. Oh my God. If I have a similar situation that I had in year 2 where our car is just there in the top 10, I'm so pissed. I did 2 hours for nothing, essentially. All right, so new season target. They want me in 5th place again, so they just want me to stay here in 5th. I can do that. I can also switch teams. Nah, we're sticking with 2BCR. My freaking brand is right there in the team name, man. Welcome to the new season. Time to renew any regulation changes, prepare for car development, blah, 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 blah. All right, so we know that. The board, the balance, yeah, car development, technical. All right, so here we go. Did our car get better or did it get worse? Now, it's the same for everyone. I'd imagine these are major overhauls, so I'd imagine it went down. Chassis, yeah, so the changes, minus 26, minus 25, minus 25, minus 30. All I was able to do was get some 14s in there, right? So I cut it in half, essentially. Chassis went down. Front wing, the front wing, ooh, airflow sensitivity got better. So remember how we put ATR time into our airflow sensitivity? So everyone's freaking airflow, everyone's everything went down, but I was able to negate the changes and get a little bit of a boost there, so we shouldn't be overheating. Well, we're still going to overheat, but everyone's going to be overheating. Rear wing, this is the big one, right? I put so much time, and look at that. I fought it back hard. DRS delta only dropped by like 3 or 4%. Drag reduction only dropped by like 7%, so put a lot of time and effort into the rear wing. Side pods, we want the engine cooling. 37, and it only went down to 27. That's for the Red Bull engine, right? The engine overheats and it wears down real quick, but it's got that speed, and that's what I want. So that's big. Underfloor, this was airflow sensitivity a little bit. All right, so that's going to hurt. The underfloor is something that we're going to have to work on. I didn't put any ATR period into the underfloor. And the suspension, same thing. Oh my God, my tire preservation, because my suspension was so good. That's the one that got hit the most, right? So we're going to have to deal with that. But like I said, every team is going to have to deal with that. And if every other team was developing mid-season, I probably got the most research projects done, right? So we'll see. We'll see. There's the new rules. Pole position, bonus lap, yes. Fastest lap, bonus point. Sorry, bonus point, yeah. And double points for the last race of the season? No, that is not. All right, so 2 years in a row we've gone with Mercedes. I like this engine. It's reliable, but it's not a qualifying engine. It's a good follow behind, keep your engine cool, and then use your speed when you need to. I'm going with the engine that has won back-to-back constructors in this universe. Back-to-back drivers championships. The power is going from 90 up to 100. Fuel efficiency is going from 50 up to 65, meaning I could deploy better fuel and like conserve it faster to deploy more. I can underfuel my car if it's a hotter day because I'll still be faster. Like, there's a lot of options here. The problem is reliability. So you might have to purchase a new engine, which is a lot of money, right? But I don't care. I want a race win. It's as simple as that. Honda, Red Bull, PT, I am matching Max Verstappen's engine. Bang, baby. 21 million. All right, you guys wanted it. It's a straight fight. It's a straight fight with Max Verstappen and the Red Bulls. Here we are in the new season, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so ATR starting today. Pit crew performance. My pit crew went back down. Car part development open. All right, so my internal car development, my internal report. My acceleration got better. The reason the acceleration got better is the new engine. The new engine is the fastest engine, all right? Dirty air tolerance got much better. I went from 47.53 up to 55. I got an increase in dirty air, and engine cooling. We got an increase in that. So for the engine that we got, we deployed our resources to make sure that we can keep this thing under control. Or oh my God. Oh my God. 2BCR, that's what I do. That's what I do. You thought this season was over. You thought the series was done. How about that? freaking GM Superbman, team principal Superbman, expert race engineer Superbman delivers the 2BC rocket ship. Oh my god. Yep, every other team had to deal with it as well. Boom, baby! Alrighty. Now, I know you guys want to see this car in action, but we got to save that for a live stream, right? The first potential race win in the history of 2BCR, but we got a lot of work to do here, right? Now, the car is so damn good, I could just start with those car parts, but I want to make sure that we have the best freaking car. So, it's little things like, say I do a chassis, right? And I go to next, instead of going normal, instead of going rushed, which I did last year, I'm going to go to intense. What this does is it multiplies the cost by 2. So instead of it being, well, actually by 3, by 2 on rushed. But it's going from 1 million up to 3 million, but that's going to give me added experience. So the next car part that I build, it gets a significant upgrade. Last year, all I did was rushed because I wanted to start the year really quick. I thought I had a good car, and it stopped me from getting the 3rd and 4th generations up there, right? If we want, we can spend some money to get this thing even better, but to be honest, with the car the way it is, maybe we should just take our time with this, right? Like, what would be the weakest aspect of our car? The high speed? Oh, look at it. We're so far ahead of everyone. The tire preservation. You know what? Let's take a look at the Red Bull. Red Bull, where are you at here? Red Bull still got, yeah, so they still have the top speed because they share our engine, but ours is better. DRS effectiveness. Our DRS is at 50%. Theirs is at 40%. Holy shit. Low speed, it's fairly similar. Medium speed, it's fairly similar. So even though it's saying first for us and 9th for them, that is not that much. They could make that up in one car part, right? High speed, they're still there. We're not that far behind, but dirty air tolerance, there's the difference. That's what I focused on. 55%, so we should stay nice and cool compared to all the other cars, and tire preservation is still number 1, 63.66%. Let's take a look at the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin got 2nd last year, right? Yeah, they got a fast car as well. Ooh, they got just a night. They might be faster than the Red Bull. They might be, and they have good tire preservation. But look at that. Even though they're 3rd, I have a significant boost. So I'm going to leave this to my 2BCR fans. What should we do with the development, right? I mean, I can go in any direction here, but you guys are the fans. You want to see the rocket ships. What do we do? And also, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself. It's still Red Bull and Max Verstappen, but is the big boss no longer Max? Is the big boss Daniel Ricciardo versus Theo Pourchaire? Are we going to have a Hamilton-Rosberg situation? A Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri situation where we clearly have the best car and it's about these two guys just battling? Oh, the dynamic has changed. So in one video, one simulation, Team Principal Superbman has changed the purple and blue 2BCR car into a purple sector beast, baby. There's going to be purples everywhere. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next live stream where hopefully we win our very first race. See you guys there.